Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at the newest version in the world of Monster Strike, and it is version 25.0. It has a lot of stuff in it, so let's not dilly-dally and let's go through all of the stuff that we are going to be looking forward to in this update. So first and foremost, you probably saw this immediately when you started the game. You got a new screen greeting you that can be found on the home screen as well, but you will see that there is a beautiful and I actually have no idea what's going on in the background here. It's a little scary looking, to be honest, but that's not how it looked before. Let's restart the game real quick and see what happens. But we do get introduced that every time you log in for the first time each day, they're going to be broken up into 3 sections. The first one is going to be in red, and those are all of the active pickup events. So you can see like the 9-year anniversary, a gacha pull. It's going to be available. You can pull it for this entire week, right? Okay, I have no idea what's going on, but the background is kind of creepy. Anyways, so, you know, you got that. And then, okay, you have the Dungeons Dreams available. You got some, you know, bonus drops. And if you just want the details, you can click this blue button here to see what's going on here. So any of, you know, okay, the bunny is going to be available until the 31st, one shot strike until the 29th, and you know, it's just nice that it will be visually available here. Now, this is an important thing to keep in mind. If you do not like the fact that this pops up at you the first time you log in each day, you can just turn it off by clicking this button here. Do note that, you know, you can still always get back to it directly by clicking that icon on the home page. I think it's a great feature, so I'm going to keep it on. But the other important thing to keep in mind is that these are going to be in Japan time, right? This ends on the 30th noon. That is Japan time. It is not translated into your local time zone. So be careful about that. That's obviously a unique situation that us foreigners have to deal with. Japan only has one time zone, so that's not going to be a thing that they think about. You know, I'm always impressed that they have some of these features in game that adjust to your respective time zone, because there are other games out there that will just completely break. Notably, some of my Hinatazaka games, they just break because of even daylight savings, right? I'll get an error because it thinks it should have ended an hour earlier than it actually will end because of daylight. So just be thankful that it doesn't break the game and you have to do some weird gymnastics to make it work. And like I said, if you are curious about all of the details, you can see like the campaigns here. You know, they're broken down by each day on what you can get through that, and you know, the quests as well. It'll show you when those limited time quests are available from and to. And you know, again, this visual depiction of when things are going to end is a really big bonus in my book, so I'm really happy to see all of that. Now, this is a pretty cool update. When you play a quest, you can easily see what was the last team you played with. And actually, not even just see it, it will automatically go to the last team that you ran. Let's see. Maybe this one, yeah, this should have it up. But you can see that whatever team you last ran will be in a green background here. And that is the team you last attempted that quest with, whether you won or lost, right? And this is an important difference because you can see that there's an orange button now here. This will switch. Well, I guess this doesn't help because obviously I didn't die on the you know, the one-shot strike quest. But if you happen to die, right, remember that you could always pick between the last team you ran with and the last team you cleared with. This orange button will switch between the two. And the difference is subtle. You can see that I've highlighted it in my slide there. If it's attempted, it will say Zenkai Shutsugeki, those 2 kanji characters. And if you want to look at your last cleared one, you're going to see the one that you see on the screen here. It has 3 characters, ku, ri, a, and that's in katakana. So if you can, you know, identify that it's kanji, kanji, and then kanji, 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 versus kanji, kanji, katakana, 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 that's your hint to know that the katakana version is the one that was the last clear team versus this one which is the last attempted key. Now again, not the best example because obviously I cleared this quest, but it is an easy way to be able to pick whatever you last did versus what you last cleared. And also to note that this is just a pre-selected screen from the game. It does not take up a slot. You can go back to your regular slots as well, and there is no problem with it. Just keep in mind that the background is blue for your teams and green for the pre-selected team. Now this is a cool addition, and again, I think the quest that I played earlier is not up anymore, so I can't show this example either, which is a bummer. But if you ever play a quest and you use your own monster as your friend monster, actually, let's see if I can just start it and then quit out of it and see what happens. So you know, right? We're gonna use Lorelei, and it's important. This only applies if you use your own friend monster, right? And you know, sometimes you might, what did I pick back then? Now, obviously, it won't work if you use a friend unit because maybe it won't be available when you play again. But let's retire. And you know, of course, when you play other quests, you might change what your friend monster is. Now, obviously, you guys know that for the most part, I stick with Lorelei all the time. If you see me on your friends list, but let's say I change it to Kyoko here, right? And voila, the game remembers that, hey, you picked your own monster, and this is what it was. You can pick that again, and it will auto-select that. And do note that it does not change your current friend monster either. So now going forward, you know, I think there's some of those kinky stages that I have to use my own friend monster to be able to clear. And then I forget it, and then somebody on Discord is like, hey Scott, why don't you have Lorelei up? It's like, oh, I forgot to change it back. That will never happen now. So once you pick that, you know, it'll just be stuck there on the, oh, this was your last cleared character. So that is amazing. Great quality of life update. And again, it's going to have that green background to indicate that this was the last cleared team on this particular quest. So very nice update from the game there. Now, you probably have noticed this update on the home screen. There is now a new super shortcut feature available here. You have two options with this shortcut. You can go to, you saw the super shortcut in orange, but you can also get the standard shortcut in blue. And how this works is, well, the shortcut in blue is just as how you remember it. You can also activate this feature by long pressing the button, but whatever quest that you completed, it will jump to that quest and show you at the select screen here where you can pick which quest you want to play. Now, obviously, for a standard event quest, there's only one difficulty here, and I even picked the Geki Kyukyoku quest, which makes it even difficult to demonstrate the differences. But let's go like the Kinki no Goku, for example, right? When you clear the stage and you long press, you will go to this screen to clear that. But alright, let's go to the next slide. The super shortcut, which again, you can change by clicking that Sette button on the quest button there. And you can obviously see the difference between 3 arrows, 2 arrows, the blue and the orange color respectively. If you go here, it will automatically jump to the friend select screen. And then you'll be going to the next screen here, which is gonna let you to start the quest right away. This is gonna save, I mean, it saves seconds, but it will add up if you are farming, right? And the fact that this amazing quality of life update to speed up your ability to farm quests is amazing. Now, why would you want to pick one over the other? Well, obviously, if you're farming something, this super shortcut is the way to go. You click that and you jump to this quest, you pick the monster again, and ready, voila, you're going. But let's say you're trying to do the Kinki no Goku. You're not trying to run the same stage over and over again, right? So in this case, you'd want the standard shortcut to go there. Now, remember, you can always activate the standard shortcut by long pressing the quest button. That is still active, regardless of the fact that you have a super shortcut available. So really, you can get all three functionalities at once if you keep it at this shortcut, super shortcut. By clicking the top of that button, you will go immediately to the super shortcut option. If you long press it, you will go to the select screen, so you can take advantage of this feature as we know it before for stuff like the Kinki no Goku and Hasha no To, Tower of Champions. That's your option there. But if you really don't care about this shortcut, then again, just you have the power to change it to be a standard shortcut. So even if you accidentally press the top of that button, you will get that standard behavior. Whereas, you know, I think this super shortcut is amazing. Sure, I might accidentally press it once or twice. I'm definitely afraid of that. But this is just a nice quality of life update for farming things. So very nice update from Mixi there. However, there is a known bug right now, and it's just, I guess, a use case that they just missed. But if you ever attempt to use the super shortcut, sorry, that should say super shortcut there, not just standard shortcut, but the super shortcut on a quest. Actually, you know what? Let me just update it right now since we're talking about it. Super. There we go. If you ever attempt to use a super shortcut on a quest that is no longer available, and there's many ways that could happen, right? You've completed a stocked quest, or you've completed a travel bell, right? Time belt, right? Quest, and that time bell has expired. Or you do try to do a one-time quest like the the morning quest after you've done the update. Right here, right? It will still go through the steps of allowing you to form a team, but when you try to start the quest, an error will pop up and saying, hey, you can't play this quest, or I think it's like a -1 error or something like that. Okay, obviously, I mean, it's working as intended. Now, I'm sure there would have been a better user experience there so that you don't ever enter that workflow and run into this issue, but I guess they missed it and they noticed it late, so it is in there. I guess there is always the possibility of the game crashing on you as a result of that, but you will see an error. It makes sense. The quest isn't there anymore, so it's just a case they missed. So do be careful about that, and well, don't go crazy about it. They are aware that it's there. This is a cool new update for sure. If you go to the quest screen here, and you go here, you may notice a new button on the bottom right. It says Ichiran, which basically means to see everything at once. You click that button on the bottom right, and it will show you all the different quests that are available. Oh, I guess you can see me playing around with it earlier, but this is how it'll look like initially. All of the 15 areas that are available right now in the game will be visible in a grid view here at once. Do note that any quests that are not available at the moment will be grayed out. So you can see the Tower of Champions, for example, that has gone away. So it is grayed out, and it will notify you that, hey, it's not available right now. Also, when this view is opened, you can click this blue button here on the bottom right, which allows you to rearrange this grid to meet your needs. Amazing. You can click one to say, I want to move this, and then pick its destination to put them in a new location. You can also swap two icons by clicking one and then the other, and then they will move around. And you can do this to your heart's desire, however you want to put it. You select your icon that you want to move, select its new destination, and it'll swap. Do that to whatever order you feel like is best, right? Like if you want the more, the ones you do the most often, you want them accessible on the bottom, do that. Keep your time limited ones away. Who cares? It is up to you on what you like best. If you want to go back to the original, this red button on the right that says reset will allow you to go back to the original order given by the game. Or if you've done your changes and you just want to cancel, click that left button and anything you've changed will be discarded. So, amazing update for sure. However, one small update is that you may remember that in that position was the campaign icon. That campaign icon is no longer available there, but as you saw, we can see the campaigns in the calendar. So if you want to activate a campaign via an Ereberabel, you can do that here, and that will be an option. You can also, of course, have the ability to alert you when a certain campaign is available by clicking that green button there as well. Let's see. Oh, and of course, I think you saw that quite clearly in the screen, but you can see that all of these time limited quests will now have a countdown available in terms of days left, and I think once it goes past days and there's only hours left, it should show that as well. Just another great update to visualize when these quest areas are going to be over. There is a known bug at the moment that if you ever try to open up the new menu here on the bottom right, when a new limited time area opens up for the very first time, you get that little pop-up notification saying, hey, this area has opened up. There is a possibility if after that notice comes up, you try to click the button there, the Ichiran button, the game could freeze and crash as a result of that. This will be fixed in a future update, so a 25.1 update at a later date. But just keep that in mind. That is something that they're aware of at the moment. Another very cool update with the 25.0 update is the fact that when you are playing in game, and there's always those situations. Am I on this gimmick? Am I not? I don't know. I'm gonna have to use my years of experience to see whether or not it's there. No more do you have to do that guessing game. You can long press the exclamation mark on the bottom right of an in-game screen, and you will now see this page, this little pop-up showing up on what gimmicks that monster is touching at that moment. So you can see on the example, we see warps and magic circles. They did say that this applies to gimmicks that aren't activated as well. So that probably means those kind of like switch panels, the power up panels, like an eliminator, stuff like that. I do believe all of those will apply for this. So this is a cool update. Don't forget about it. If you're ever wondering if you are on a gimmick, try it out. Press that exclamation button and see it in action. It is a huge, huge update to help with just consistency in general. Now, you may have, hopefully, if you cared about it, you were racing to finish these library quests so that you could get those clear orbs. I did not deal with that. That was just too much. But you can see I've cleared Izanami, for example. It says Toppa, but on the top, you'll see that blue notification saying Hoshu mi Shutoku. Shutoku? Jutoku, I think. Basically saying you have not earned the reward for clearing this yet. So that is obviously the sign that, hey, I've cleared it, but you know what? It got reset. You can get the reward one more time. Again, by clearing any quest, you get one single orb, but there are over 700 quests in the library now. So that gives you a lot of potential orbs that you can stock back up on. Also, you may have noticed that the top line now shows the Gozetsu quests from the first generation. They are now available to farm at your leisure. Yeah, you can see that I've only cared about Shringala there, but yeah, I don't know if I want to do anything else. So, for each their own. Rank limit. For those of you who are at the top of the game, the rank limit has been increased from 1500 to 2000. As a result, we've also got new rank missions available for you to achieve. Every 100 ranks gives you a guaranteed 6-star pull starting from 1600, and that rank 2000 pull is a guaranteed limited monster. For anyone who has already hit the previous cap of 1500, all you need to do is play one quest, any quest that you want, so that you get any EXP points, and after that is complete, the game will update all of your banked EXP. It has been keeping track of all of that, even though you hit the cap, and will give you the respective rank as a result of the cap being increased. Also, some small updates here and there. The box limit has been increased by 500 from 6700 to 7200. There are new missions available for how much stamina you spend in game. You can see that right there. I've already spent 225 today, but once you get to 500 stamina, you will get an orb, and then the next mission will unlock at 1250, which gives you an orb exchange ticket. Careful about that. Next reward will be 2000 stamina, giving you an orb, 3500 an exchange ticket, 5000 an orb. You can see what the theme is here. They did say that missions are continuing after 5000 stamina spent to alternate between exchange orb tickets and actual orbs. So just, you know, keep playing the game and you can see how far these quests actually go. There are also some new missions regarding the number of missions you have played that has now been increased to 250,000 missions, and basically every 1,000 missions you clear after 201,000 will give you an orb apiece. If you hit the 10k milestone each time, that will instead give you 5 orbs. Also, the log and day count missions have been increased to 3,700 days. Basically, the same formula applies here. Every 50 days, you will get another 5 orbs as a result of it. If you hit 3,500 days, that will instead give you a nice, cool 20 orbs, and 3,650. 10 whole years gets you another 50 orbs. Small updates keep going. Well, this isn't really small. This is a pretty big one. The travel bell here. Oh, see, look, I hit the shortcut button. That's what I'm afraid of with the shortcut button. But the travel bell now applies to 48 hours rather than the old 24 hours. So you get a whole new slew of quests that you can revive again that you may have missed. So very nice update for you to, you know, maybe catch up on lost quests. They have noted, and I'm not sure I actually figured out the difference, but the tournament badge that you get for clearing without dying once, that has been tweaked a little bit. Where is it? Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure if you can tell what it is, but oh no, I didn't even. This one here. I'm not sure what the difference is, but it has been tweaked a little bit. So for those of you who are worried about that, there you go. This is a very small, a subtle update, but up until now, your monster box screen and your cell box screen was linked in terms of how it would remember you sorted. That link has now been broken, so now you can switch between, let's say, for example, I want the most recent monsters that I got for the cell screen, but if you go to the homepage here, it'll stay at your last grouping of, you know, element order. So I think that's a nice subtle update for sure. A great small update for sure. Here's an interesting update for those of you who like farming the normal quest. I guess maybe those of you who are restarting your journey to getting to the level cap. The top 5 quests here on the normal mission quests, normal missions, normal quests, will no longer spawn boots in the stages, and I do believe that's to help avoid wasting time when people are farming quests, right? If you pick up boot, you're gonna have to waste a precious second for them just moving around to the game for no reason, right? So starting with this version, though, these 5 quests will no longer spawn boots. So I think that's a good thing for farmers. And you probably saw when you started the game, they have replaced Mixi as the company name instead of showing X-Flag. Of course, Mixi is the overall company of X-Flag, so they probably just want some like corporate branding consistency there. So don't ask me about business stuff. There is a small update to the Gacha UI. Unfortunately, I do not have a reward gacha to show this off, but there will be a new icon here if it's available, and it will separate standard gachas and reward gachas. Any gachas relating to, you know, events like the current event we have going on, collabs, you can see the friend gacha is here, and your standard, you know, just standard elemental gachas, your DX gacha here. This is from the update, so it'll be in this section as well. You'll see, well, you can see on the screen there that there'll just be an actual orb there, and the characters, the Japanese characters of Chumoku there. So it's just like attention kind of thing. Now, if you have a reward gacha, you'll be able to click that button and it'll swap to the other side, which shows the 6-starred orb, and it will say Hoshu/Tokuten, and this means just basically rewards. And so any rewards gacha, like you finished the Uncharted Lands to get a gacha pull, or you paid for certain packs to get a reward for your payment, those will be in the separate area, and kind of it helps not muddy up the gacha screen. We've seen some really crazy scrolling when you've been stocking up on these kind of reward gachas or paid gachas. So I think it's nice that they've cleaned it up a little bit in terms of tabs. Now, as you can see, you don't see the icons on my screen right now because I do not have any reward gachas. So basically, if there is no reward gachas, there is no icon here to switch between the two areas. And speaking of the 50% post-update gacha, this is a single pull that you can always do after a update. 50% chance that you will get a 5-6 star monster, but it does cost an orb, so be careful if your Hoshidama is ready to go, because if you get a 4-5 star monster, it will tick up by 1. I don't have my tablet around me right now, so I'll have to pick later. But hey, we get a hit for my main account. It is Regal. Actually, I'm not sure if I have Regal on either account, so this would be a really cool get for sure. So, there you go, the 50% update gacha. This is only the general pool, and all general pool monsters that were included in the game as of October 17th are possible from here. And of course, don't forget that on the quest page, you can see on the very top that the Morling quest should be available. I can't show you since my box is full now. But that quest is always available after an update. It's going to be available for only a few days until the 30th. Don't forget, it gets you 5 orbs for clearing it. You can use that for your 50-50 gacha pull, or just bank it for later. I have a lot of orbs right now. Definitely excited to see what collab should be coming in the upcoming November month. So we'll see. I don't know if we'll get any hints on today's Monster Strike news. I doubt it, but we'll see. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions with all of these features you saw today, it's a lot. I've been talking for almost 30 minutes. My voice is going to go out. Let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you have any other live question you want to ask, consider joining the Discord channel to see what other people can do to help you out. Twitter, ENGmonst, all of the latest news, all of those bug updates I posted on there. Make sure you follow that to get the latest on there. And of course, if you haven't already, just hit the like, subscribe, and that makes me all happy for doing all this work. Remember, any comments I see about, saying that this has helped them really does keep the motivation going for me to keep doing this. And do know that I am happy to help you out as much as I can. So that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. We'll be back later tonight for Monster Strike news, so tune in for that. But until then, bye bye.